Okay.
Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. The results show when the athletes hit the field. With us right now from the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks, head basketball coach Danny Kaspar. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, Bryan. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. Congratulations on a 72-36 win over Central Arkansas last night. Tell me about the ball game.
Well, Bryan, we played. Obviously, by looking at their score, we really played some really good defense. Out rebounded them, significantly. I don't have the stat sheet in front of me. I apologize, but
That's all right.
It was something to the effect of, I rebounded them 45-30, and caused 20-something turnovers, and I think 37% shooting, and we shot at 47, 48, and had 9 or 10 turnovers, and as I said, we out-rebounded him, so the guys gave great effort last night. It was a good defensive performance.
You guys had lost a close ball game on the road in Natchitoches to Northwestern, but it didn't seem to slow you down any. You seem to have bounced back really well from that.
Well, we did. We came back and won 2 on the road, at McNeese, at Lamar, and now we've beaten Central. But, I guess the true test will come this Saturday, tomorrow, when we play Oral Roberts at 6 o'clock. And Oral Roberts went to Northwestern and got beat. And really, Bryan, it was one of the most heartbreaking losses I've ever encountered. We were up 57-50 with about 3 minutes to go, and the ball, and we lost. And missed a 1-and-1, missed a wide open 12-footer, and had 2 give-and-go plays that looked like layups, and with their exceptional athleticism, they came out of nowhere and blocked the shots. Gave up 1 offensive rebound, and they hit a deep 3 with about 13 seconds to go to win it. And we just did not play very well. Our point guard, Hal Bateman, did not have a good game, one of the few he has not had. But Northwestern does that to you with their great full-court pressure. They play 10, 11 people, and they had a great crowd on hand. And for 37 minutes, we controlled the game, and the last 3 minutes they did.
No, it's just a typical basketball. Hard to win on the road against a good basketball team.
Yes, there's a lot of truth to that. Last night they beat Oral Roberts by 12.
Wow. Okay. All right, but let's talk a little bit about Taylor Smith and the year he's having. 21 points, 8 rebounds last night. He has consistently done some big things for you, hasn't he?
Taylor Smith has just been a joy to have on the club. He's a young man who's very unselfish, both off the court and on the court. Great smile. But I think I read where he was voted most likable in his senior class at a 5A high school, and he's always smiling. He's very, like I said, very coachable. Great shot blocker and a very good rebounder. His offensive game has improved tremendously this year. He truly is one of the best players I've ever had in my 22 years of being a head coach.
Most dominant big man you've had at SFA, you think?
Defensively speaking and rebounding-wise, yes. I still give Matt Kingsley the edge over him as far as offensive production. Matt was a very good offensive player.
All right. Your team went to the NCAA tournament back in the 08-09 season. I know it's early to be talking about this kind of thing, but can you compare this ball club to that one?
Well, this team, first of all, that was a very great team. But the year before, when we went to the NIT with the 26-6 season and wins over Oklahoma and Blake Griffin, and wins over SMU and wins over San Diego the year they went to the NCAA tournament, all of these victories were on the road. That probably was our best team, but we were hurt going into the tournament. Josh Alexander and Eric Bell were both injured, and we lost a 2-pointer to Northwestern in the semis, and then the next year we went to the NCAA. We were lucky, no injuries, no problems, going into the last 10-game stretch of the season. And this team is probably the best defensive team I've had. It is not the best offensive team I've had. Matter of fact, I wouldn't rank it even second. We're probably the third or fourth best offensive team I've had. But it is the best defensive team and the best rebounding team. I do think that there truly is probably the best chemistry on this team that I've ever had here at SFA. And, sometimes that that type of thing goes a long, long way. We do have a free throw shooting problem, which is what scares me. Down the road somewhere, we're last in free throw shooting. We're not last in three-point shooting, but we're certainly not first. We're in the middle of the pack. But we really work on on man-to-man defense, rebounding, taking good shots, getting the good shots, and they have bought into that probably better than any team I've ever had.
You're going to be in an ESPN Bracket Buster game a week from today, going to Long Beach State. Tell me about how you get into the Bracket Buster circle in the first place. What's the process there?
Well, I mean, from what I understand, the commissioner and the president's decided to put us in. By and large, our coaches in the league and other leagues don't want to be in Bracket Busters.
Really?
Oh yeah, because you interfere with your conference, right in the middle of conference play. And if you don't get on TV, for example, I was talking to the Sam Houston coach. They're sending them to Eastern Washington. That's a very expensive, long trip. And there's no budgetary plans for that because you don't know where you're going to go. And a trip like that could be easily $20,000. And, the day of travel alone is going to take the whole day. So if you're not on TV, we don't think it's worth it. Mm-hmm. And yet only one or two teams per conference will be in TV. So, knowing those odds, the coaches really would rather not do it. And we're going to discontinue it starting next year. And that's fine by me. We were in it the last 2 years without TV. Actually, last year we were in it. We played High Point here. We got to go back there next year to return the game. And then several years ago, we went and played Louisiana Lafayette down there. They returned the game. When you're playing people like Lafayette, that's not such a bad deal,
right?
Bryan. But when you have to travel across the country, and for example, they tell you when to play. We play Sam Houston on a Wednesday night. And 48 hours later, we're playing Long Beach at their place, and that's what you don't like about it. I'd rather us play on Saturday, so where we have a little bit more planning and for Long Beach, and where we're not so rush. And so we'll miss school Thursday and Friday, and I'm very big on not doing that. When I schedule long road trips, I almost always do it on the Saturday. We may even have to miss school Friday, but as you well know, but I'm being a college student, and maybe, he goes to class on Friday anyway.
Good point. I know I didn't.
I tell you what, the teachers, they know, they understand a little bit better about Friday than they do. And even a lot of classes today are Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday on. So.
Well, I know it's not a fun thing for you as a coach, but is it something that your kids get excited about?
Well, if you're on TV, they do. Believe me, if we weren't on TV, I don't think they would be. I think they'd say, Coach, why are we going to play this game in California in the middle of conference? The fact that it's on TV, and it's a gamble. You're playing bingo. Are you going to get a bingo or not? If we could be, we're 19-2. If we were 15-6, we probably would not be on Bracket Bus on TV. Mm-hmm. Or even maybe even 17-4, 16-5. I don't know if we'd be on TV. You really have to have a great year for this to work out.
Yeah.
And there's some schools that said we're not on it. Gonzaga in that league is considered mid-major, and I think Gonzaga said we're not doing it.
Yeah, well, they're in a position they can do that, though, can't they?
Yes. They're in that position. They're well-funded. They're on TV quite a bit. They've got that program rolling for the last 20 years. They don't have to do it. So, it worked out for us this year. We're on TV. We're on national TV. But as I said, they often will only take one team from the Southland Conference, too. Mm-hmm. And so when you have 10 teams and next year 14, you get the picture. The odds are going to be against you from getting on TV. For that matter, because of those things, the coaches have made it clear that, hey, if we have our vote, we'd rather not be in Bracket Busters.
Okay. The ball game tomorrow night against Oral Roberts, you won the first matchup on the road, 61-50. What's the challenge playing Oral Roberts? Well,
I think the biggest thing is basketball, like everything in life, is so mental. You got to want it more than the next guy. And, the thing about Oral Roberts is they're coming here and saying, hey, if we lose this game, we're not going to win conference. problem. That's what their coaches are telling their kids.
Mm-hmm.
You got the revenge factor for us beating them up there. Plus, you've got the cornered animal and the wild animal you got them cornered now,
yeah.
and they're gonna come out fighting and thrashing. I mean, they're just gonna get after us because they know they have to have it. So that sense of urgency, we have to meet that. We're at home. I'm expecting a good crowd. We held their 2 leading scorers to 10 points or less last time, and we shot the ball well. Taylor Smith only had 9 points, but we still won. Yeah, and I think they picked up one of their injured players, a young man named Stephen Roundtree, is healthy again, playing for us. He's playing for them. Excuse me. He's about 6'8". He's going to add another dimension to their attack. Hopefully we can match intensity, and I expect a real dogfight tomorrow night.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Coach. We appreciate you coming on with us. Congratulations again on the win last night and the season so far, and we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night.
Well, thanks for having me on, Bryan. And again, I'd like to invite everybody out there listening, come watch the Jacks play from at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. It is on Comcast TV, by the way, also.
Very good, and we're looking forward to it. Coach, thanks again for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Bryan.
Danny Kaspar from Stephen F. Austin with the Lumberjacks on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.